Good afternoon. This is our creative session. It's Thursday afternoon. So sit back, relax, enjoy, and find some inspiration and find the most ugliest flower pot or vase you can find in your house. And I'm going to share some ideas on how to make it into something that you will absolutely love. I found this in the factory. The person that purchased this didn't reveal themselves, but we are going to fix it and make it beautiful and make sure it's something that we love. So first of all, when working on flower pots, make sure you clean thoroughly with lacquer thinners. So I always say it's lacquer to be thin. So don't use turpentine, don't use sugar soap. What the lacquer thinners does, it actually edges the surface so that Tjhoko can grip. So any oiliness, greasiness, dust needs to be removed from the surface. Tjhoko is water-based, eco-friendly, and once you have cleaned thoroughly with the thinners, allow the thinners to also dry properly. It usually takes anything from 40 minutes. When it's really a hot day, 20 minutes is enough, but wait 40 minutes to 50 minutes and then you know you've waited enough. Even when cleaning on kitchen cupboard doors, that's also how we clean, to edge the surface, make sure that the Tjhoko can grip. Thorough clean, wash it off, make sure it is clean. I have done this already so that the cleaning part doesn't take up unnecessary time, and I've allowed 40 minutes drying time. Now, I'm going to use our stencil of Paris on our YouTube channel. There are numerous videos that show the stencil of Paris applications, how to spread it over a stencil to create an embossed raised effect, but there are so many creative things you can also do with this, and today's session is one of them, changing an ugly flower pot or vase into something beautiful. I'm going to use a paint scraper and my hands, and in this painted console jar, Tjhoko console jar, I have some water. So I use a paint scraper. Sorry, there's paint mixed into my stencil of Paris base. That doesn't really matter. When you do this, a tip, do it in the evening so that the stencil of Paris can dry slowly. The hotter the temperatures, the more cracks will appear. You can see here, I've done this yesterday and I left it overnight to dry, and there are hardly any cracks. But the cracks will also, because we are applying it so thick, that's why the cracks will appear. The cracks will also add to the creativeness of this item. So this is a creative item. You want to make it, the objective is to create like a cement look and feel on the pot. So the other half we have pre-stenciled, and I'm just spreading the stencil of Paris all over. And then if you want to make it water resistant, UV resistant, you will apply our clear glaze the next day. The clear glaze is our sealant that makes the surface water and UV resistant, and there are numerous videos on our YouTube channel, Tjhoko Paint, that shows exactly how the application is done. So I'm spreading this and I'm doing it nice and thick. You are also going to paint on top, so if some of the color still comes through, don't stress about it. This is something creative and fun, something the children can help you with. You can even do it on old and used cool drink glass bottles. Okay, so I am almost done with the spreading, and you can decide whether you want an even application or more of a rougher application. It's completely up to you. Now, if you want to smooth anything out, let me show you. I'm going to dip my fingers in some water, make sure it's nice and wet, and just simply even out any unevenness on my vase. This is like pottery. So I'm just washing it with my hands until I'm completely satisfied. And if you want to add more stencil of Paris, you simply add. Even after it's dry and you feel that you want to fill in some cracks or grooves, you can do that. I'm just spreading it, washing it. This is therapeutic. Okay, I'm going to allow for this now to dry. But this half that we have, let me show you what it looks like before I turn around. So this is what my Stencil of Paris vase looks like now. And you can be creative on it. If you want more of a roughness, go for it. I am going to paint this side now. And I'm going to use earthy colors. The color I've selected is Vineyard Stone. So Vineyard Stone is a nice earthy color. It's a warm gray color, which is a very safe color to use if you have leather items in your space that has warm brown tones or grays. So the Vineyard Stone just complements any other color. One of my favorites to use, named after my sister-in-law, Tjhoko's sister, Lavinia. If you have visited us at the factory, you would have met her. I'm just going to shake my bottle. I haven't done that. And now I'm going to paint. Okay. I'm using a Hamilton's normal fiberglass brush, 50 millimeter. Dip it in the paint. And I paint onto my dry Stencil of Paris. Remember I said that I left this to dry overnight. Cool temperatures, leave it to dry in cool temperatures. And the next day, you know it's dry and you can paint on top. I always, when painting flower pots, even for flower pots outside, and yes, Tjhoko can be used for flower pots outside. The only thing you need to do, wait at least 4 hours. I wait overnight and then I apply our clear glaze. Mixed 3 parts glaze, 1 part water. And for outside use, I apply 2 coats, 2 to 3 coats. It won't do any harm. And also paint the edge of your flower pot, because that is where water will sit and where water will cause any damage. There is also a flower pot specific video on our YouTube channel. If there's flaking or like a powdery residue on your flower pots, how to treat that before you start painting. And there I have something that resembles a very earthy, natural look, and easy and fun to recreate. Can you imagine, like Coke bottles, spread it with the Stencil of Paris, paint it into different colors, and just use as a table decoration to use in your bathroom with just a leaf or a twig in it. A lovely, creative way to upcycle and reuse items. I hope you have the most creative and inspirational week ahead, and I can't wait to share the next video with you. Next week, Thursday, same time, same place. See you then.